All right, guys, this is Tom. We are live here. Early first quarter, 6 minutes in, no score. The Erie Silence versus the Dunedin Ospreys, the Fighting Ospreys. In the battle of the Briyans, Brian Lewis versus Brian Fuller. And there's no score. Dunedin's first postseason game, he was 10-4 in the regular season. He has the bye, or had the bye. It's been a punting back and forth so far. I've been watching it a little bit and getting set up, and now Dunedin's got the ball 3rd and 5. They're on 48 midway through the first quarter. He's got Baker Mayfield, a quarterback. Off tackle left to Aaron Jones. Gets a dreaded 5, no gain. Setting up a 4th and 5, and he'll punt it. This is in the 2018 Battle Royale season. The punt goes down to the 1-yard line for Antonio Callaway. I'm sure that Brian will let it bounce. Don't ask me to keep track of these Bryans. He lets it bounce. He fumbles the ball. He tried to recover it. Did he try to recover that? Forced punt bounce die 2. No, he did not try to return it. He fumbled on the bounce, and Dunedin recovers. That is Dr. Brian, I believe, is Dunedin, is Brian Fuller. Yes, the dreaded let punt bounce fumble. I swear I fumble more of those than anything. I return almost every punt. Unless my guy has a fumble on 4 or 10, I pretty much return every punt. It is a punt return fumble on a let it bounce from the 1-yard line, not even a regular punt return attempt. And Dunedin taking over at the doorstep here. Both these teams pretty good defensively. They're both good against the pass. All 4 teams in the 2018 Battle Royale semifinal are good against the pass. As the competitors are discussing the rule, I'm not sure the rule. There's a chart for it. I would have thought it was a 1 in 216 chance, but I think it's better than that. It could be 1 in 36. Dennis probably knows off the top of his head. Dennis is great with the rules. Off tackle left to Rashad Penny, guessed correctly. A linebacker in zone, linebacker -1 or +5. But Matt Milano, more of a pass defender, only a 4. White die 6 makes it a gain of 5. I think that Erie's only average against the run. They are. They play a 4-3 that's averaging good. Dr. Brian plays I think a 4-3 also. I think he's good and good. Linebacker Baker Mayfield, defense runkeys elsewhere. 1-yard center sneak for Mayfield, touchdown Dunedin. They're up 6-0. They got Matt Bryan off the extra point. Best kicking card in the set. As we get ready to retire this rule set, then another week or two, depending how quickly Dennis wants to play. Well, it's me. Dennis always wants to play quickly. Depending how quickly, Dennis is probably ready now. I'm wondering what I'm waiting for. It's Saturday's family day, though, Dennis, so for you. So I think I'm off the hook today. I wouldn't put Dennis to want to squeeze one in on Mother's Day morning. See what Nancy says about that. 1st and 10 for Erie at their own 25. I see a 3-4 defense here for Dunedin. Yeah, they are 3-4, it looks like, by design. Off tackle right to Damian Williams. Offensive onside end +5 or 0. Now, Erie Silence, this is Brian Lewis with the Y. He's got Matt Ryan, a quarterback. It's a great Matt Ryan card from this set. One of the 3 best cards easily in this set, along with Mahomes and Breeze. Looking past Antonio Brown, defense guesses incorrectly. 2 men in zone, but it's on the offense's card, +8 and a first down. He's got the Kansas City running backs, halfbacks, I should say, Damian Williams and Kareem Hunt. We say hello to anyone joining in. Now, Michael Reeves likes to listen to my broadcast on YouTube sometimes when he hears them live. So out there in Strat football land, Quarantine Nation, I am live. I added myself to the stream. My mic seems to be fine, but I'm paranoid. 2nd and 5, 2 tight end formation this time for Erie. Damian Williams is the lead back, but he brings in Kareem Hunt, certainly. He's got the Pittsburgh receivers, Antonio Brown and Juju Smith-Schuster, looking past Jared Cook. Defense gets his pass. It's complete. Ryan's caught 6 yards on the first down. These coaches playing pretty quickly. This league, Battle Royale, uses the old Strat football rule set. Those of you who go back to the 80s and early 90s. Strat created this rule set about 40 years ago. 10 years in, they said it's no good, but Dennis says, I like it. So we still play it. Short pass, Jared Cook. Defender X for Jadeveon Clown. He's only at 4. Not that good down the field in coverage. White die 5. It's a 12-yard completion from Ryan to Jared Cook. That is a matchup for Dr. Brian to watch. He's got good coverage guys in Antonio Brown and Juju Smith-Schuster. But Jared Cook's covered by only a 4. Looks like a right. Damian Lewis gains 4. Brian Lewis has done a good job. I played this team not too long ago. I feel like does a good job running the ball a fair amount. He doesn't sit there and say, I've got Matt Ryan, I got AB, and Juju is going to fire it short pass, long pass. He runs the ball more than enough that you got to respect it a little bit. You can't just give it lip service. Spencer Ware comes to the game. He gets carries too. Flat pass right to Juju. Defense double teaming Antonio Brown. Receiver gets right is 11 for 5 yards. So it's a 3rd and 1 for Erie at the Dunedin 30. It'll be interesting to see what Brian decides to do if he does not get this. It's a defensive rule set. So you don't want to give up points. I don't know what his kicker is at here. I know Dr. Brian's got Dunedin. I should just use the team names because they're both named Brian. I know Dunedin's got Matt Bryan is really good. The point is moot. As you have a linebacker guess wrong for Damian Williams. Gained 7 yards behind the block of Marshall Yanda, the Pro Bowl right guard. And it's a 1st down and 10 for Erie at the Dunedin 23. Boy, Brian would love to get a touchdown on this drive. Looks like a right to Kareem Hunt. Defense guessing wrong. 6-yard gain. There you see Erie staying with the run. He's not going to start firing it around. Makes it much more difficult to coach. He's got decent rushing cards. Damian Williams, Kareem Hunt, a little bit of Spencer Ware. Enough to get the job that if you don't respect it, and we're not even seeing Dunedin really bring even one line run zone. Should be Jared Cook. Successful double team is incomplete. On 2nd and 4, if you thought they had set up the play action, would have been 12 yards on the 1st down at the 5. So strong double team there by Dr. Brian, by Dunedin. The Fighting Ospreys. Last minute of the 1st quarter. This game is flying by. Dan, do me a favor and slack me. Let me know if my audio is okay. We got a 1st and 10 for Erie. I missed a 7-yard run there for Spencer Ware on 3rd and 4, so bad on me. There was nobody. It was guessed incorrectly. Spencer Ware's fumble number was 3.0. Off tackle wrong, nobody there. 1st and goal from the 10 for Erie. Flat pass right to Juju. Defense gets the pass. Linebackers a 4. Defender +1 or +3. Only 1 yard. His left corner 6. Kyle Fuller makes the play. So Dunedin's got the Chicago Bears secondary. Winner makes the Battle Royale Super Bowl. Will that face either yours truly or one Mr. Dennis Crowley in the other semifinal? 2nd and 9. He's gone the length of the field to a lot of running, but now inside the 10, there's going to be linebackers in the zone. Dunedin's good and good. Not a lot of short gains on these rushing cards, especially for Hunt. I think Damian Williams is better with that. Remember, right, Kareem, I guessed correctly. Offensive line to them +3, -1. Lee Smith is 6, so he makes the block. But that has to hurt when you have 2nd and goal at the 9. Running back's not that great. This guy, I guess, is run correctly with a guy in the zone. And you're like, oh my gosh, Matt Ryan, that's a touchdown. Everything's a touchdown on that card. Short pass wrong, basically. 3rd and goal from the 6 for Erie. That Erie feeling. Goes 3 wide, 1 head back here. I don't like it. Don't like you taking away the threat of the run here. And receiver gets right, incomplete. It was a short pass to Antonio Brown, who was double teamed. And Josh Lambeau Field comes on for the extra point, the field goal rather. It's up and good, so it's 7-3. A good stand inside the 10 by Dunedin to prevent Erie from tying the game. Oh, it was a very strong and long drive. So neither of these, I did a little quick scouting before kickoff. Neither of these teams has a lot going on in the return game. Dunedin's got the big advantage with Matt Bryan as we wait for a kickoff here. There we go. Kick goes 8 yards deep into the end zone for Tyler Lockett, who will most assuredly down it. Thank you to Dan Moore for doing the sound check from your parking lot, wherever you are. 7-3 Dunedin at their own 25. Looks like a right Aaron Jones. Gets wrong 7+3. Another coach here. Look, you play this rule set. No dump off. No white die 6. You got to be able to run the ball. And Dunedin also, even though he's got Tyler Lockett and Odell Beckham, very sexy. He runs the ball. With of course, Aaron Jones got a real good card, but only about maybe 15 on fatigue carries. I'm not sure. But he brings in Jamal Williams and Rashad Penny, and he runs the ball with those guys. And he's able to get his complement of attempts. We can't all have 1979 Earl Campbell running it up the gut and off tackle and around end against a leaguer defender. 3rd and 3 for Dunedin at their own 32. Off tackle right to Aaron Jones. Even the calls run. Blocking back +1 and -1. No blocking back on the field. So it's a 3 and out for the Ospreys. And Matt Bosher punts at 47 yards. Erie hoping for a better result than they got last time when they tried to let the ball bounce and fumbled it anyway. This time Antonio Callaway calls a fair catch. That was at his. I think the broadcast had just started, Dan, so you probably missed that. But Erie, there was a punt to the Erie 1 yard line. He tried to let it bounce, and instead it hit the returner for a fumble. Dunedin recovered at the 6, and that's how Dunedin is up 7-3 as they cashed it in shortly after that for a touchdown. 7-3 now, but Erie's got the ball. Kareem Hunt in the game. Dunedin showing no respect to the Erie ground game in general, outside of that key run call on 2nd and goal for the 9. Ball pass, Kareem Hunt. Defense gets his pass. Down goes Matt Ryan. J.J. Watt comes in. It was an automatic sack on the D white die 6, because Kareem Hunt was the intended receiver. He's also the only running back in the game, so the blocking back. So he was uncovered, but J.J. Watt and Lorenzo Alexander were unblocked. And this time, unblocked, defeated, uncovered quite handily for a 13-yard loss. 2nd and 23. So that's one of those exciting all-or-nothing type of plays. And just J.J. Watt. I thought this team had Lorenzo Alexander. But I'm seeing Whitney Merciless over there at linebacker. So it must be the other team that has Lorenzo Alexander, but J.J. Watt's got the asterisk. Anyway, 6-12-3. 3 wide, 1 halfback. Antonio Callaway's the third man. But Chicago's got a 5 that's probably one of Dan's favorites, Bryce Callahan, over there, Dan. And run right to Kareem Hunt, defensive end +1 or +5, 1 yard. J.J. Watt makes the play again. Dunedin says, I like your efforts. I like how your play calling is getting J.J. Watt involved in the game. On the long pass with no blocking back, and then the end run towards Mr. Watt, the future Hall of Famer. 3rd and 22 for Erie at their own 10. Now let's see what we have here. Do the silence go big and try to make something happen with Matt Ryan's long pass right guard, or do they just take a few yards and go cheap? Short pass Antonio Callaway, 8 is incomplete. What was that, a Matt Ryan long pass right? I think he's got some good numbers down there. 4th and 22, there was no double team. The punt goes 45 yards to Tyler Lockett at his own 45. Returns it only 1 yard, but still excellent field position for the Ospreys. Now, they don't have a 6-yard short field like they did when they got their first touchdown, but they'll take it. And they got Matt Bryan, so you get 2 first downs here, and you're in great field goal position. He's 2-7 out to the 40, don't you know? But the offensive yardage has been hard to come by so far. For the Ospreys, the number 1 seed this year, as a matter of fact, the offensive yardage, hard to come by for everyone. We have 99 yards of offense, 61 for the Silence, 38 for the Ospreys. Yes, that 8 was a completion on the long pass right on 3rd and 22, but I don't blame him for not doing that. Flat pass right, Aaron Jones guessed correctly. 6 is 6 yards on Mayfield's card. Mayfield's got the really good long pass wrong card. One of the best ones in the set this year. At least 14 units, maybe even 16. You've got the dangerous Lockett and Beckham. You got the free safety 4 back there. Looking past to Jamal Williams. Receiver complete for first down, but a wide receiver fumble. Erie picks out their own 43. Should run this back. The sack fumble, and he did not try to advance it. The sack fumble and the receiver fumble, you run those back. It's a separate fumble return chart, and it's pretty sexy. Take a look at it in your Strat Football Computer Rules, brought to you by an internet near you. 1st and 10. Erie gets a turnover, though, and they've got 1st and 10 at their own 43. Linebacker Damian Williams, no one there, double box and play, 9 is 7 yards. You see the Erie Silence will stay with the ground. I played this team not that long ago. He will be patient on the ground. And that's how you do it when there's no dump off and no white die 6. And Zeb Strong might say that's how you do it anyway, Mr. Cook, as he showcases his need for hardware. Flat pass left to Juju Smith, correct double team. It was a linebacker double team. I missed that. So it's only gets right in the flat pass, but incomplete on Juju's card, which otherwise is quite full of completions. 25 units of positive yardage on 2nd and 3. 3rd and 3, 8:24 to go, second quarter. Winner makes the Battle Royale Super Bowl for the first time. Might be the first season for both of these guys in Battle Royale. They played Summer Sprint last year. I don't remember if they played last year's Battle Royale either. Dennis, of course, would know. Matt Ryan, 6 of 11 for 37 yards. Flat pass right, Antonio Brown at the 4. Defense double team elsewhere. 10 is incomplete on Matt Ryan's card, so now he's got a 4th and 3 from the 50. See if he punts or goes for it here. You're down 7-3. It's middle second quarter. I think it's a good time to punt it. In this rule set, no reason to play fast and loose. Don't keep doing another short field because you get some stupid roll. But Brian is thinking long and hard about it. And he's going to punt it. It's the right move, probably coffin corner. And it looks like it's going to be a coffin corner down to the 8-yard line. Tyler Lockett can try to catch it or let it bounce. He will return it for a fair catch. And Dunedin takes over their own 8-yard line. I do believe you should play more conventionally in this rule set. More old-fashioned football. It's an old-fashioned rule set. So 4th and 3 midfield. You're down 7-3 middle of the second quarter. Punt the ball. Defense is rewarded in this rule set. So no tackle for Rashad Penny, no gain. This is not the type of offense that is great down by down. Not great moving the chains. Not great getting positive yardage all the time. A little more of a big play attack and trying to get by on the ground. And just like that, they face 3rd and 7. So we got 3 wide against the draw play. Aaron Jones only gets 1 yard on the white die. And you see Dunedin's rewarded as long as it'll come another punt here. We'll have another exchange of possession. Again, not a lot going on in the return games left for these teams on the card. 44-yard punt to Antonio Callaway at his own 44. He's 7-9 plus 23. 2 Snake Eyes plus 37. A huge 37-yard return from Antonio Callaway. There were 7 units of double-digit return, and that's, of course, the biggest one. Snake Eyes plus 37 makes it a 7-yard net punt for Dunedin. That's why you punt it from midfield on 4th and 3. In the first half, non-dump off, non-white die 6 lead. And the Silence take over 1st and 10 at the Dunedin 19. I don't even know who these guys are because his name is Oliver Hazard Perry. I don't think that's his real name. I know it isn't, actually. So that must be a fictional type of guy. I'd have to look up. So I don't know who's talking in the game. When Oliver Hazard Perry types something in there, I don't know if it's Brian Lewis or Dr. Brian doing the messaging. 1st and 10 Erie at the Dunedin 19. Damian Williams in. Jared Cook's the good matchup against the Clowney. Short pitch Jared Cook, but Zach Cunningham double teaming, incomplete. So you notice like here, like Dunedin, there he is staying pass calls. Pass on defense. You've had like one run call. So Erie has a couple of times now felt like, all right, 1st and 10. I think I could throw a short pass here. But Dunedin's not having any of it. He's got to keep running it. Short pass, Jared Cook. Not double team this time. Guess correctly. 6 is 11 yards on a 1st down for Erie at the Dunedin 8-yard line. Now, despite what I just said, now you have 1st and goal at the 8. It can be tough to run it in from there if you don't have the good short game backs. The other guy has a good defense. You might just say, you know what, I'm going to fire 3 short passes and take my chances. But let's see. I think we'll see a run here. And short pass, Lee Smith, he gets the pass. And 8 is incomplete on Matt Ryan's card. 6 through 12, outside the interception split, would have been a touchdown. Field goal, they say in Strat baseball, if you played the dice and cards, if you rolled something that was in between two other good numbers. I don't like that terminology. 2nd and goal from the 8, 4:30 to go in the first half. I think you're going to pass it twice here. I don't trust Damian Williams to punch it in there on his own card. Off tackle right to Williams, needs his own card. 6 is 4 yards. He did have 1, 7, 10. He did have 12 units of touchdown on his card, but virtually nothing on the defense. But you create a more makeable 3rd down and goal from the 4. That would have been a touchdown on a pass, by the way, with no correct double team. 3rd and goal from the 4. And now he has more of a true run pass option. Off tackle right to Williams. His own card is probably a touchdown. Short game, touchdown, 4-yard touchdown for Damian Williams. 7 carries, 33 yards, just like in the NFL Super Bowl against the 49ers. Of course, that was a much longer run near the end. Josh Lambo coming out of the extra point is 10-7 Erie. And they're the only ones who have really mounted drives. Latest short field there also, of course. So maybe I should think a little more before I speak. The kick goes into the end zone for a touchback. And Dunedin, the 1 seed, 10-4. All these teams are good. Erie was probably 9-5, maybe 8-6. No, he was 9-5, I believe. Dennis was also 10-4. I was 9-5. So 9-5 or better. I think it's actually the top 4 seeds that are here. Erie winning his playoff game over Ashland. And I was able to beat Joe Golden in our playoff game. 1st and 10 for the Dunedin at their own 25. Looks like a right Aaron Jones blocking back +1 and -1. Gains 1 on Michael Burton's block. He's a 5. And you see both of these guys are being patient with the run. I don't have the animation on. Maybe I should try that. 2nd and 9. Low pass, Odell Beckham. Defense calls run. Defender X to +27. There's excellent defenders in both of these secondaries in the corner and strong safety spots. And that is incomplete as A.J. Booyah is a 5 on a white die 5. And it's interesting because Erie's got the free safety 4 with strong short pass defenders. 3rd and 9, short pass, Sterling Shepard, incomplete, 4-man in zone. And Dunedin will punt it. 4th and 9 for their own 26 as they're going 3 and out often. 48-yard punt gets down to about the 26 for Erie. Antonio Callaway's had a lot of involvement in tonight's game. And he returns this one 11, 13 yards up to his own 39. So good field position again for Erie as they go into the 2-minute offense. 2:06 to go. They can run it here with the 2-minute warning approaching. I'm thinking I'd love to get about 30, 35 yards total and try a field goal. And I think Erie's going to get the ball to start the second half. Well, I missed the first 2 minutes of the game. I did check the ball possession. I think that's correct. I'm Spencer Ware, double box in play. 8, double box, +16. And just like that, Erie crosses midfield to the Dunedin 45. I mean, you got to realize Erie's serious about running the ball. At least maybe try not to give him the double box in this spot. I know you're worried about Matt Ryan. Damned if you do, damned if you don't sometimes. You're going to see Erie run this ball now because he understands, I think, now that Brian Fulmer. Long pass, Antonio Brown. I'm wrong. Defensive back in zone, X +28. I think he's a 5. No, it's going to be Eddie Jackson. Chicago secondary. So that's going to be a 6. It was Eddie Jackson. It was a 6 against the White Die 4. So Chicago secondary. He's got 6 at left corner, 6 at free safety, 5 at right corner. I think that's Prince Amukamara. And 5 at strong safety, probably Adrian Amos. I'm Spencer Ware. There's always a shot on a draw play. Center +4, +2. And 2nd and 10 to get Spencer Ware in the game, almost 2-minute warning. You let the guy get away with putting a linebacker in there. Would have only been 1 more yard in the draw play, but still. Opens up the double box, makes it hard for him to think he's safe putting a guy in there and calling pass. 3rd and 6, $1.22. Erie lets the clock run in case they don't convert. 3 wide, 1 halfback. Oklahoma State base offense could be 4-down territory. You do have Matt Ryan, though. Flat pass left, Antonio Callaway. He's double team elsewhere. Linebacker in the zone is only a 4, so it's a 5-yard gain. Now you see now you got 4th and 1. If he had done the draw play, the previous play, that extra yard would have been a 1st down. 4th and 1 at the Dunedin 36. You're probably going to go for it here. 52 seconds left. He lets the clock run wisely. Got to go for it here. And he's going 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers, 1 running back. Kareem Hunt, deadly flat pass card. Dangerous down the field. Some guys will throw a bomb in this situation. I think that Erie wants the 1st down. I think they'll see a looking pass here. The clock at 52 seconds. I don't think the defense will go for it. Linebacker Matt Ryan. Linebacker in zone, -1 at +9. -1, Eddie Jackson is the 5. Against the run, makes the play. And just like that, Erie gets snuffed out. Again, that draw play, 2nd and 6. Sometimes it's just 2nd and 10, rather. Sometimes it's just a yard in Stratomatic. 1st or 2nd down, and ends up making a big difference. 1st and 10 for the Ospreys. 45 seconds left. He's got some firepower. He's got the Mayfield long pass card. He's thinking if he wants to use any Aaron Jones carries in the last 45 seconds of what might be a futile attempt. Love to get to about the 37 of the enemy. 26 yards away, 3 timeouts, 45 seconds to try a 2-7 field goal and tie the game. Flat pass right, Odell Beckham, -4, -2. That's going to be bad, no matter how you slice it. And it is a 4-yard loss. A.J. Bouya having a nice first half here against Beckham. And did not get out of bounds. Didn't even let the clock run. I don't know why he let the clock run there. And he's going to take a knee, it looks like. Maybe try an off tackle with Penny. I would have called him out. Linebacker Matt Perry just gained 13 yards. Yeah, I don't understand that. I mean, you could have called timeout. I know 2nd and 14, but your kicker is so good deep. You could have called timeout. If you'd have run that play, now we'd have 22 seconds left and 1 timeout to get like 15 yards. Short pass Sterling Shepard. Receiver gets right, complete for 14 yards. So he'll get a chance at it anyway. But you look, you left the timeout on the board. You get 2 timeouts, 1 second left. The kick is 2-7. If you didn't get the variable. And no, it gets the variable. See, it would have had another. Would have had. He rolled an 11 anyway, so it would have been good. But he might have got 9. Well, that would have been no good even on 2-10, which Bryant is in closer. But if he had called timeout there, you'd have 2nd down and 14, 30 seconds, 1 timeout. You could run the ball. Worst situation, you're punting at 15 seconds left. Callaway's not that great. They're not going to run it back for a touchdown. That's out of them. But anyway, the half expires. Second half, long pass, Juju Smith-Schuster after the touchback. Receiver gets right, complete for 26 yards and a 1st down. So as I was talking, these guys are playing. Playing beats talking. For most people, I probably talk rather than play. 25-yard completion. We had a touchback to start the second half. Dunedin kicking off to Erie. Then a long pass right, receiver to Juju, 6 plus 26. 1st down, Erie at the Dunedin 49. First long pass of the game, successful for Matt Ryan. Looks like a right, Damon Williams. Offensive onside guard, 6-1. That's +6. Behind Marshall. 2nd down and 4. Now Dunedin's guessing pass by bringing up a linebacker. You don't want to do a draw play here, but some sooner or later you may have to pop a draw play in here. Short pass Antonio Brown, defense successfully double teaming. Receiver incomplete. Second time we've seen a short pass on 2nd and 4 from the silence. 3rd and 4. Big play here. Can he keep this drive? Can he keep this? Take advantage of the big play. Keep the drive going. Get into field goal range. Take more than a field goal lead. Maybe get a touchdown and take a 2-score lead. You know he wants to run it, but will Dunedin now issue that run call? Flat pass, of course, is in play. We've seen a fair amount of that. Erie's done a good job mixing up the offensive play calling. I do not want to see short pass, long pass here. Flat pass left, Damian Williams guessed correctly. Picked off on a 2, incomplete. That was an 11 with a white die 2. Probably something good on the ground there for Williams. I'm not certain. And 4th and 4 now for Erie. Probably punted here. It served them well. Not in love with the Dunedin offense. Coffin corner punt looks like it's going to be a good one. Probably down inside the 10. Animation holding up. And down at the 7-yard line. 36-yard successful Coffin corner by Logan Cook. No relation. And we have 1st and 10 for Dunedin at their own 7. Not that I know of. If there was a relation, then keep the checks coming. What's going on over there? You're an NFL player. 1st and 10 for Dunedin at punter, but still. Need a defensive end or something like that. A little bit of a sore throat here. 1st and 10 for Dunedin at their own 7-yard line. The offense has done nothing. In a defensive game, 77 yards of offense and 3 first downs for the Fighting Ospreys. But yet they trail only 10-7 because they recovered a fumble at the enemy 6. Aaron Jones. Looks like a right to Aaron. Defensive end -1 or +5. It's a loss of 1 on the guess wrong call. It was Marcus Hunt. Now, Jamal Williams checks in. Could be an obvious run here. Probably a draw. He's not expecting it. Is he going to call run in 2nd and 11? Let's see if Erie decides to be tricky back. Nope. Short pass trade. Burton. Guessed correctly. Incomplete. Erie says, you know what? I'll let you take a chance with Jamal Williams there against my 4 defensive tackles. 2nd and 11. I don't want to give you a receiver guess wrong or just a flat-out first down. Tyler Lockett's so dangerous, even though that pass was not intended to him. 3rd and 11 now for the Osprey. And Dr. Bryan saying, man, I could use a 3rd down conversion. Flat pass right down Jones. Nobody there. Guess wrong. Receiver +13. First down Osprey. Let's see if that gets them going. As they're still, only at their own 19-yard line. But Dr. Bryan anticipating the linebacker double team. So he hit the flat and he got it. Receiver gets wrong on Aaron Jones' card is going to be pretty good for double-digit yardage, 148. 17 units of first down there, 22 units of 10 yards or more. That was a 3rd down and 11. And that's checked out. Off tackle left, Rashad Penny gains 7. So let's see now if Dunedin says, let me stick with the ground game against Erie. Erie has called more run than Dunedin, I think. But Dunedin is throwing a lot of passes. Off tackle right to Jamal Williams, defensive onside tackle. +8 or +3. That is 6 to see at right tackle. I think both tackles are 6s. That's right. I played this team also not too long ago. He's got Mitchell. He's got the Kansas City offensive line. Mitchell Schwartz on the right side. Eric Fisher left. There's a run call by the defense. Off tackle left, Jamal Williams, defensive tackle +2 or +6. It's a 4-3 defense for Erie, but the defensive tackles are 6s. Danico Autry could not make the play. So 2nd and 4. And Dunedin has fouled up on that 3rd down conversion from their own 6 with a pair of first downs as they're up to their own 40 now. 2nd and 4. Lopez Tyler Lockett. See if he gets the pass. Incomplete on Mayfield's card. 8 and 10 are the completions. 9 is a rather large interception split. Did not fool. A little too obvious there trying to fool him. 2nd and 4 because I've run the ball for 2 first downs. I'm still on my own 40. 3rd and 4. Big play here. Well, Tyler Lockett, even double teaming elsewhere. 4 is incomplete, long pass, no man. If you have a bad free safety and good cover guys, taking that safety out of there when you call pass is not a bad idea. It's probably a good idea. 44-yard punt from Dunedin is down to the Erie 16. It's a 10-7 game. These guys are going to play by the book. I think it's the right way to do it. Callaway will return it. I've called his name more than anyone else's so far. And we have a crash here, it looks like. I've crashed, so we'll find out what Antonio did with that kick. I don't see anything in Slack, so it looks like the game is in progress. Spell mode on. 61079. Microphone off. Although I didn't really wait and give anyone any time to post something. I've rejoined it. Meanwhile, look at this. Was that another fumble by Callaway? It was an interception after the punt. There was an interception by Jadeveon Clowney deep in Erie territory. And just like that, Dunedin's got the ball. Now they're at the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. We missed a couple of plays there. But that is the second turnover deep in Erie territory. That's what's going to give Dunedin the lead here if they can cash in a touchdown or at least a tie score. 2nd and goal from the 3. 7:12 to go. Blocking back one halfback. We're in the third quarter. Aaron Jones is in the game. We don't know the circumstances of that pick. Was there a correct double team? Was it a flat pass? Linebacker Baker Mayfield, defense gets his pass. Left tackle -1 or +4. Al Woods 4 and 4. Down. Drives Mayfield back 1 yard. Setting up 3rd and goal from the 4 for the Ospreys. They trail 10-7. 6:36 to go in the third quarter. Defense goes 4-3 blitz. Blocking back halfback with Aaron Jones in there. He's got a good card right and wrong. Beckham and Lockett, of course, very good receivers. Off tackle left to Jones. Defense close pass. Offensive line to tackle +3 and no gain. Eric Fisher's a 6. 4th and goal from the 1. Trailing 10-7. 6 minutes to go. And Dunedin's going to go for it. If he doesn't get it, he can play defense and still get good field position. Touchdown gives him the lead. Full house backfield. Aaron Jones, Rashad Penny are your running backs. Baker Mayfield's gotten the call here. The interior line looks like it's going to be now a 5-5-5. Looks like a 4-4-4 before the play. Linebacker Aaron Jones, 10 gone right, touchdown, 2 yards. And Dunedin takes a 13-10 lead. Matt Bryant's on to make it 14. Up and good. 14-10 Ospreys. A wild game. That Clowney interception was returned 15 yards. I clicked some things. I wouldn't just freeze my whole game up. And it's a touchback. The Clowney interception was returned 15 yards to the Erie 16-yard line. So both of Brian's, of Dunedin's touchdown drives. And run right to Damian Williams. Gets wrong. 10 is 21 yards. Erie up to their own 46. Both of Dunedin's touchdowns came when they started with the ball inside the Erie 20. One on a flat pass to Clowney. I don't know the circumstances of that because we were disconnected. And the other, the botched punt bounce with Antonio Callaway, giving Dunedin the ball at the 6-yard line. Show best Jared Cook not being covered this time. Receiver gets right +14 and a first down. Damian Williams stayed in that time and picked up J.J. Watt as the Astros pass rusher, and Erie's back into Dunedin territory at the 40-yard line. 2 plays, 35 yards. They trail 14-10. Those 2 touchdown drives by Dunedin totaling 22 yards of offense. It's nice work if you 14 points and 22 yards. It's nice work if you can get it. And Erie's like, man, now I need a touchdown. Shabazz Juju being double teamed by Whitney Merciless. Receiver gets right on the linebacker double teamed, incomplete. 2nd and 10. Erie doesn't want to start firing passes left and right now. You're down 14-10. You're doing very well running the ball there this entire game. Taking his time shooting his formation. I don't want to see a 3 wide here. Bring in Hunt and run it with him if you have to. Spencer Ware's in the game. Let's see if we get a run call for the defense. I don't think we will. I would a draw play or a flat pass is what I'd like to see if I was an Erie fan. Take his time with the play call. It's a good idea. I think the defense gets more scared to call run. Flat pass left to Spencer Ware. Gets incorrectly. Linebacker in zone. Incomplete. Clowney's a 4. So only makes that play on 1 out of 3. And he made the play to save a short gain. That is a big play. Flat pass wrong. 2nd and 10. Goes for no gain. And Erie's like, damn it. Third and 10. Real tough spot for Brian Lewis here. It's like, man, 2 horrible turnovers. I've given Dunedin there 14 points. 3rd and 10. I got to stay with it, though. The rest of my game has been working well. Got to try to stay with it. 3:54 to go. 3rd and 10 goes 3 wide, 1 halfback here. Spencer Ware is your halfback. Shotgun formation. Flat pass right to Juju. There's a linebacker there. 2 men, double team successful, rather. Incomplete. 4th and 10 from the 40. I guess we'll see an out-of-bounds punt. And try and rely on the defense that's done so well for you so far today. I know you're scared, like, well, he's due to have a drive sooner or later. Maybe get a big play. Maybe get like a short pass 12, long gain. But I think you have to stay with it. You can't go for it here. Call from corner to Cook. That's going to be a touchback. As we all wait breathlessly for Jay Villing to make his selection, which won't be until maybe sometime the next half an hour to hour and a half. We'll take a right Jamal Williams after the touchback. 7 gets wrong, gains 4. Jay emailing me, whoever he wanted was taken, he said. So he's going to look everything over. Jay not want to be rash. He was out turkey hunting. Looking past Trey Burton gets wrong with 2 men there. Receiver, no, 1 man there, my bad. Receiver gets wrong +8. I was focusing on the 1979 draft in my head. And now Dunedin is hoping to get things going after they get a quick first down. They lead 14-10. 2:06 to go. Left tackle, left Aaron Jones. Even gets it correctly. Offensive guard, 5-0. That's not a good blocker. You want the tackles, not the guards. If you can choose, and you can't. But Cameron Irvin could not make the block. White die 5 against a 4. 2nd down and 10. Rashad Penny checks it. He's got a pretty decent card. Does some nice things for you on the off tackle. Show best Trey Burton. Defense calls run. Foreman there is 10 yards at a first down. I mean, the Ospreys don't seem to like to run the ball in obvious passing situations. Today anyway. Long pass Tyler Lockett called run. Defender Rex, he's covered by 6, incomplete. Finally, the Ospreys got a long pass wrong call there. But there was a man there, and Lockett's covered by 6. Dr. Bryan hoping for a receiver reading. Or anything on Mayfield's card, which is quite Quite attractive on the long pass wrong. 2nd and 10 for the Ospreys. Flat pass right, Jamal Williams. 3 short gain, guess correctly. That's a killer. 18 yards in the first down, especially with no white die 6. There's no white die 6, and you leave your linebacker there, and the guy gets a flat pass right. Short gain on 3. Boy, it hurts. It hurts even more when you're in the semifinals of Battle Royale, and the game just moves into the 4th quarter, and you're already down 14-10 on some absolutely horrible luck. 14-10. Dunedin driving, looking for more. Matt Bryant warming up on the sidelines. Showpass Odell Beckham calling run again in first down. Receiver gets wrong, long gain, 35 yards. Odell Beckham down to the 5-yard line. It's clear that Dunedin wants to throw the ball. A little too much run calling on defense, I think, for Erie here in these last five or 6 minutes. And now it's a different story, perhaps. 1st and goal from the 5. Pro set offense. Off tackle left to Jamal Williams. Defense calls run this time. Gain of 3. It might be too little too late. 2nd and goal for the Osprey at the 2-yard line. I'd like to see a full house here, but I'm not going to see it. Pro set instead. You get 4s along the interior line. I would go full house. You can still throw from it if you want to. Should pass Beckham. Defense gets wrong. Defender X beats the 5 for a touchdown. And things are really going against Brian Lewis here. The white die 6 against the 5. The short pass wrong, long gain. The 2 turnovers inside his own 20. And it is 21-10. Early in the 4th quarter. Still a 2-score game, touchdown and a field goal if you can get the 2-point conversion. And they'll start out at their own 25 after the kick was 8 yards deep into the end zone. And Erie wisely decided not to take it out. All right, so they're going 3 wide here. They're going to start firing away here. I would still say 2 tight ends, personally. The base offense. Flat pass right to Juju. There's no white die 6. We get the linebacker in zone, and it's a short gain against the 4, against Whitney Merciless. It was a white die 6 to beat the 4. We don't play the white die 6 flat pass rule in Battle Royale. Same rule set for Summer Sprint coming through soon to an internet near you. And it's 3 wide again. I really don't like this against this defense and this rule set. Showpass Jared Cook, 3 men there. Defender X to plus 13. He's only a 4. This will be a big completion if he can get it, but it's incomplete. No, it's Adrian Amos on the coverage. That's right. 3 wide, 1 halfback. Cook, of course, in the regular tight end spot. Not as he was earlier in the game at the 2nd tight end, covered by the right outside linebacker. 2nd and 10. Not a fan of this 3 wide. Should pass Jared Cook, covered by the 5. Matt Ryan gets a completion, 13 yards. So Brian Lewis saying, you know what? I got Matt Ryan's card. I'm going to fire some short passes, try and cover some real estate quickly because I need 2 touchdowns or a touchdown, field goal next, and a 2-point conversion. Sooner or later here, I'll go back to regular offense, though. But we'll see. Flat pass right to Kareem Hunt's got a great receiver card. 7 is complete for 7 yards. Brian Lewis saying, what do you know, Mr. Cook? This thing is working here. 11:24 to go, 2nd and 3. 3 wide again. Might see an off-tackle draw here. Well, best Antonio Brown. Nobody there. He's covered by 5. Possible sack. Down goes Matt Ryan. J.J. Watt again. 5 on a 12. You throw every play, you might run into some sacks. Drive killers. But maybe not if Matt Ryan can hit that sweet short pass right court here on 3rd and 10. Spencer Ware in the game at halfback. Antonio Callaway, 3rd receiver, covered by 5. Great spot for the defense here. They're good against the pass. No dump off. Flat pass left to Spencer Ware being double teamed by Eddie Jackson. Shrewd double team. Receiver incomplete. 4th and 10. And a big sequence there. You go from 2nd and 3. You throw a bomb, no man, but he gets sacked by J.J. Watt. His 2nd sack of the game. And now they're going to go for it down 21-10. 4th and 10 at their own 49. I would punt it. That's me. Short pitch, Jared Cook throws a successful double team. Incomplete on the defense, even without the double team. And Dunedin takes over at their own 49 in great shape. They lead 21-10, 10:30 to go in the game. They're only a little more than a first down away from a makeable field goal attempt for Matt Bryan to make it a true two-touchdown game. Dr. Bryan's been throwing the ball in obvious run situations. So I think you might see some more throwing. We'll see what he does here. We see more throwing despite Mayfield's interceptions. We play the clock now, 10:30 to go, up 11. This rule set, good defense, off tackle left for Rashad Penny. 9 is 2 yards. And a fumble. And a fumble, he recovers it. Oh, my goodness. Rashad Penny's fumble number is 6.0. The absolute best you can have, just right. And it was a 1 out of 1,000. 1 to 6 out of 1,000. And Dunedin turns the ball over, a huge turnover. Now let's see if Erie can take advantage because that 3 wide again. I would stay 2 tight ends. Run a few plays. If I get about 20 yards in those 3 plays. Flat pass left to Antonio Callaway gains 4. Strat does not let you go to hurry up as early as you would like. I mean, if I was, I would be 2 tight end all the way here. 9:36 to go. I'll be running the ball a few times. Going to nose tackle 4s and the 3 wide. You've had success earlier in the game with it. You know, run 3 times for 20 yards. 2nd and 6. 3 wide again. Short pass Antonio Brown, 4 men there. 10 is complete. Matt Ryan's got 14 yards. Again, Brian Lewis saying, Tom, what do you know? I'm going to ride Matt Ryan here. 1st and 10 to 33. Comeback effort. This will be a crushing loss for Dr. Bryan, even though he built his lead in fortunate fashion. You're up 21-10, 10:30 to go. You got a fumble 1 to 6 at midfield. One pass Antonio Brown. There's a man there. Intercepted 2 to 6. He's going all or nothing, and it's picked off by Antonio Brown. Picked off by someone covering Antonio Brown down near the 3. And it's run back. Looks like about 12 yards. 15 yards by Prince of Mukamar up to the 18. It's good to be in a goal or nothing. Are you driving? 1st and 10, Junior to throw in 18. Flat pass right, Javon Williams. Defense calls run. Receiver gets wrong for 9. Erie may regret that sequence of play calls from, whatever it was, 12 minutes to 8.5 minutes when he had the ball and was firing with Ryan all over the place instead of doing any type of run, which the defense was giving you. Double boxing play. Queen Hunt's got some decent runs in the card. You had time. It's not hard to put together a 4-minute drive running the ball. 2nd and 12 for Dunedin at their own 27. Short pass Trey Burton is incomplete. And Dunedin now, this could be a situation where really 21-10, you just stay with the run. He's giving, you got Mayfield's got all the interceptions, a high interception number. Dunedin stays base offense. I like this. Do a safe run here, punt it. The clock is your friend. Jordan Rashad Penny, plus 12 plus 4. 12 yards of the center block. Mitch Morse, only a 4. But that was the code for success. 1st and 10 to 39. 6 minutes to go. Their own 39. Up 21-10. I would run it. In this rule set, I'd run it 3 times and punt it. Maybe you get lucky and get a first down with a guy calls pass or whatever. But the Osprey are looking like they're in great shape right now. Off tackle right to Jamal Williams. Successful run key. Only makes it a 9 fumble chance though. So what? Run key. I'm going to run 2 more times and punt it anyway. Gets down to about, there's a run to Penny. Gets correctly, -1. But look at that clock going down now to 4:48. 3rd and 12. I can get it down to about 4:15 here and punt it. In this rule set, no dump off, no white die 6. I know I'm facing Matt Ryan. He needs a touchdown, a 2-point conversion, and a field goal. And I'm going to get the ball back again. Unless he gets an onside kick, and that would be the killer. But you got to play. In this rule set, you got to play the odds. In this rule set, your defense can do the job for you. And this is a defensive team, good, with a great secondary. And a little bit of pass rush, as we've seen from J.J. Watt. Punt goes 47 yards down inside the 20 for Antonio Callaway. He fumbles it, but Erie recovers. Chose not to advance the ball down 11 with 3:54 to go. I don't know about that. He might fumble it again, but you need like a miracle here, so why not, right? We've all seen the guard ramble for 63 yards with the offensive fumble in Strat. So 1st and 10 for Erie, 3:54 to go. They have a chance. Now it is time to fire away with Matt Ryan. One pass, Kareem Hunt, 2 men in the zone. Needs 8 on his card, 8 and 5, 7's incomplete. The animation says that ball was underthrown. Don't know how accurate that animation is. 2nd down and 10 for Erie. Short pass, Antonio Callaway. Here comes J.J. Watt. There's a fumble. Sack fumble. Now he tries to advance it. Fumbles it again. And this time the defense recovers. So J.J. Watt, 0 against a 2. Again, it was the Astros reading. And it was a sack fumble of Matt Ryan. Dunedin recovers. 1st and 10 at the Erie 14. 3:18 to go. This one's all but in the books, barring some type of flap has left. Trey Burton gets wrong. Receiver is good for 7 yards. I don't mind that call. Now you go full house and pound it in, though. Rashad Penny tired. Off tackle left, defense run keys the other guy. Gets wrong. It'll be 5 yards or 6 yards. 5 yards because of the fatigue. Dr. Bryan saying, I'll leave the fatigue back in there because I know you don't think I'll run with him. And that's exactly what happened. As the defense keyed the other back, you can run with the guy fatigued. He's only -1 in fatigue level 1. 1st and goal for the 2. Line with Michael Burton. Touchdown, Dunedin. 3 drives starting inside the Erie 20, but the last one was more of a desperation move by Erie. 28-10. And the Dunedin Ospreys behind Dr. Brian Fulham it will be heading to the Battle Royale Super Bowl against either yours truly or Dennis Crowley. Dennis and I'll probably play that game pretty soon. I have to do my prep, of course. Perhaps Monday. We'll see. I have to talk to Dennis. So very disappointing for Erie. But a great first half. Was outplaying the Osprey in the first half. But had the horrible punt return, let it bounce, fumble. And then led 10-7 at halftime. But then early in the third quarter, mid-third quarter, threw an interception on a pass intended for Jared Cook in his own territory. Clowney returned it 15 yards to the 16-yard line. And Dunedin soon scored a touchdown on 4th and goal from the 1 to take a 14-10 lead. And it's been all Osprey ever since. They went to 21-10, and then Erie kind of went into Aggressive passing mode, a little too early, I thought. Sure enough, they suffered a sack. They went for a fourth down, couldn't convert. And you see where we are now. So 1 minute 30 seconds left. You're down 18 points. That's a field goal, 2 touchdowns, and a 2-point conversion. 1 pass Antonio Brown. Defense double teaming elsewhere. 7 incomplete on Matt Ryan's card. Erie at their own 36. Now I'm very curious who it is that Jay wanted that was taken in the 1979 draft ahead of him. A minute 7 left, 2nd and 10, 1 timeout for Erie. One pass, Kareem Hunt, only one guy there. Picked off again, 2 to 6, 11 and 12. This time, though, Erie really had no choice but to start firing it downfield. And soon as they're running these interceptions back, Jadeveon Clowney's second interception of the game. A minute to go, 1 timeout for Erie. We'll see a series of knees here for Mayfield, and that'll be it. Pretty quick game, a little over an hour. Ospreys 28, Silence 10. Dunedin was the 1 seed. They got some really good luck in the first half, ended with that third quarter interception. But from that point on, it was all Ospreys with third quarter on. And they have made the Super Bowl. Congratulations to Dr. Bryan. And a good season for Brian Lewis. Comes to an end. Anytime you get a chance to play for the title, that's a pretty good year. More than a pretty good year. That's a really good year, in my view. Especially in this league, the coaching, and everyone has to go for the year. It's a 1-year deal here. A 1-year draft, single-season draft. So you got to be proud of yourself. You were 10-4. You get the bye. You picked the right opponent, apparently. You have some really good luck early, but then middle third quarter on, you just stepped on the gas and put it away. 28-10. And your Battle Royale Super Bowl will be the Dunedin Ospreys against either the Seattle Shuriken or the Lincoln County Letterman. And we'll have information on that soon. We'll let everyone know when Dennis and I are playing. Should be pretty soon. Take care, guys. This is Tom signing off. Bye-bye.